Hey, what's going on, solarpreneurs? We are back with another episode. Today we're going to be talking about why you must persist in your sales. Had a pretty crazy experience last week. First time it's ever happened to me, so wanted to share this experience that reminded me of this very important principle. We're going to be talking about that today and a whole lot more. Welcome to the show. My name's Taylor Armstrong. We're here to help you close more deals, generate more leads and referrals, and have a much better time in the solar industry. We're kicking off the summer season. Hopefully you're grinding. If not, please apply. We got some spots open for upcoming blitzes. We have the link down in the show notes if you would like to be considered to come sell with us or do a blitz with us. Would love to have you. Recently, we've had some people come out. Shout out to my guy Rosenberg. He's been with us on a few blitzes. Got 4 deals with us last week on his first blitz, I guess second. But yeah, we got some guys that are cranking deals, so would love to have you experience the sunny wonderland that is California. Come sell with us. Okay, but let's jump into the episode. So last week, we'll get to the story here in a second, but it reminded me of a very important principle. This is one of my favorite books in sales, Grant Cardone's Closer Survival Guide. Reference this book a lot, particularly the beginning section. The closes, in my opinion, a lot of them aren't super smooth for solar. Didn't have a ton of success with the actual closes in the book, which is the whole second half. But the principles and just the way he talks about closing, the mindset, the attitude you should have, I thought it was super applicable to what we do in solar. So if you go to, this is page 76 or 77 of the book, and he goes through the rules of closing. He has, I think it's 10 rules in there that we should be following when we're closing. Okay, it's more than 10. Must be 20. But number 7, rule of closing, is always ask one more time. Okay, and so the principle of it, just to reference a section of it on page 78, he says, this area of persistence is also a social issue since you were told as a child that persistence was a bad thing because it was rude and obnoxious. Can't you listen? Don't ask me again. And you are so stubborn are common negative responses to persistence. However, being stubborn is a good thing. Asking again and again and again is the sign of someone who knows how to get what they want in life. It is not rude to continue to persist. It is the sign of success and prosperity. Because I continue to ask in another way for a yes after being told no does not mean I did not listen. It only means I am more sold on my view than I am the other's view. Vince Lombardi says, winners never quit and quitters never win. Who wants to say yes to a quitter, and how can they if you quit? To persist and ask another way means you must be completely sold. You must have complete confidence in yourself and your product, and you must be absolutely clear about what you want and how importantly it is to your survival. You should treat each opportunity to close like your life depends on it, and it does. So just a paragraph from that section, and so applicable. So many people do not persist, do not ask one more time. And this leads to the experience that I had last week. Okay, this was a sale. My guy Rosenberg, he said it. And we went there. This older lady, she was already had actually a system on her house. And she wanted to add up panels. So we go through the process. We try to get her signed up. We submit the credit application, and boom, she fails credit. So we're like, all right, sorry, can't help you. Good luck with everything. We leave, and that's that. But here's where it gets crazy. So this happened on a Thursday. Saturday rolls around, and we get a text from this customer, and she says, hey, I want you guys to come back. I have something for you. Please come by my house when you can. And in my head, I'm like, I've been there, done that. This lady, she's old. She just wants company. She already felt credit. She just wants to go there and talk our ears off. I'll just tell her that we're too busy. So I text her. I say, hey, we'll see if we have time. We'll see if we can stop by. And in my head, we're not going back to that house. Okay, but then lunch rolls around. We go grab a quick bite to eat. And then as I'm talking to Rosenberg, who had set the appointment, I tell him that, hey, I got this text from her, but it's probably not a good use for time to go back. Yeah, I wonder what she wants. I'm thinking maybe she wants to come back and give us, like, I don't know, some breakfast or food, something like that, or just chat. But Rosenberg, the setter, he's like, you know what? We're pretty close by. Why don't we just run by, see what she wants? And finally, I'm like, okay, well, I guess we can just run by. But hey, 5 minutes max, we're getting out of that house. And so we go back there. And she invites us in. Right when we get in, she goes straight to her purse. She says, hey, open my wallet. And we open it, and she hands us both a $100 bill each. And I'm like, what is this for? She's like, yeah, you know, I feel so bad that I wasted your time the other day, that my credit wasn't good enough to do this program. It's not right by me unless I compensate you guys for the time you spent the other day. And we're like, oh no, you don't need to do that. It's part of our job. Some people get approved, some people don't. That's just how it is. But she's just totally adamant, no, you're not leaving. You have to accept this money. If not, I'm mailing it to you. Just please accept this. So we're like, okay. And that could have been it, but here's where it gets even better. We start talking to her, you know, we're thanking her, we're telling her what a great lady, because really who else has gotten paid $100? I think there's one other time in my solar career in the past 9 years now where a customer gave me, I think, $30. And this was someone that just decided he didn't want to do it, so he felt bad. He gave me $30 to go buy lunch or whatever. That's the only other time someone's like giving me money after an appointment, unless it was to pay for the solar. But we get talking to her, and I start asking her about her system, and it was a lease system. So I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about just buying the system? So that way you don't have a payment. And she had mentioned to us that she would like to just own her panels. And so we get talking. She starts asking me, well, I don't know, maybe. How much are we talking here? And I'm like, well, let me run some numbers, see how much it would be. So we submit for a proposal. We get the numbers all figured out. Came out to about $20,000, and she was like surprised. She's like, okay, that's actually a little bit less than I thought. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you would own it. You'd get the benefits. You wouldn't have a monthly bill. And she starts thinking about it, and she's like, you know what? Yeah, we can do that. So she pulls out a checkbook. She writes me a $1,000 check for the deposit on solar to buy outright. We get the site survey scheduled. We lock her down, and on top of that, we walk out. We tried to give her money back again for her signing up. She still would not allow us. So we walk out of there with the money and the sale. Pretty incredible. I still can't believe it myself. And I think God helped us that day. We were just talking that myself and Rosenberg, the setter, that God really just, probably more him, but gave us just kind of the push to go back there, and paid off. And it was a win-win-win for everybody that day. So this isn't going to happen every time, but it goes back to that principle. Always ask one more time. Always maybe go back one more time in this instance. A great book that I've talked about in the podcast is The Power of One More. Ed Milet, great book if you haven't read that one. It's just so powerful to keep pushing past the point where you think it's not going to work out. Right? If we hadn't gone back that day, and then if I hadn't thought to offer her a cash purchase deal, then we wouldn't have made the sale. And I think so many times this job, it can be a difference of, I would say, hundreds of thousands that you're going to make. Just the difference between that effort, right? Are you the person that gives up after the first no? Are you the person that gives up after the first credit fail? Or are you the person that persists? Yes. Are you the person that follows up with your failed credits? Okay, Will Brindley, he's another guy I've had on the podcast. He makes an extra 6 figures a year just by following up with the people that have failed credits. Staying organized, remembering that they were really interested in solar, they couldn't do it. He follows up with them and they sign up later. Makes them an extra 6 figures a year just doing that. So think about in your life, in your sales career, where can you apply that principle? Where can you ask one more time? Where can you take one more no? Where can you persist a little bit more? And I guarantee you there's ways you can be a little more persistent. There's ways you can ask one more time, and it's going to make you some extra money this year. So hopefully that story happens to you. That's the first in my career where I walked out of a house with a sale and a $200 tip. But hey, it was great. People are nice. And I hope you can experience something like that in your sales career. So I hope you enjoyed the podcast today. Please let us know if you like this type of content. Let us know for guests that you'd like to see on the show here. Let us know for questions you would like answered. We're always looking for content and people to feature on the podcast. But thanks for tuning in today. Hope you get some deals this week. Hope you grow your solar career, and we'll see you on the next one.